know it's a cliche, but for him, place makes him the first loser. He will never settle for that.
Yeah, we heard from Tony in our pre-race show as he and Dale Jr. swapped that spot again. What's going on there?
What is up with that? Did Tony split loose? Did something happen to the engine? Dave, what's going on?
Benny, they just talked on the radio about getting free in clean air for Dale Jr. You can let him go ahead of you, you can let him be behind you, but one way or the other, in order for the 8 car to run well, he has to have the clean air.
Yeah, but why would the 20 car let him go by and give him that clean air?
It's like,
unless he couldn't stand having Junior's car behind him aerodynamically, it was upsetting the handling on his car too much.
Yeah, but they're talking about the 8 car.
Yeah, but I mean, Tony Stewart just let him go. Yeah. I mean, he pulled over and let him go, right?
Yeah, and maybe if the 8 was behind him, it was getting Tony loose, and Tony just said, hey, go.
Yeah. He just couldn't stand. They tried it both ways, and Stewart couldn't stand to have that car close behind him. It was upsetting the back end of his car too much.
And that's what happened earlier. Tony got into turn 1, and he did get loose with the 8 car right behind him.
I'll bet you we're going to hear from Pit Road about this very subject momentarily. Marty?
Bingo, Alan. Yeah, you guys are exactly right. Tony said he's just a little bit loose in the middle, and when Junior's behind him, that makes him worse. It's what we call aero loose, and he can't get that air to the back of the spoiler, so he just let him go. Said, all right, here in third, guys. Again, they have a great car, and they still think they're going to win this race.
Of the top 5 cars last lap, without looking, who do you think was the fastest car the last lap?
Of the top 5? That one.
Jeff Gordon.
Really?
Yes.
Well, okay, there's Todd Bodine right in front of Steve. So
he's holding Steve up a little bit, but right now, Jeff Gordon is coming to the front.
Pretty good day for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. 1 and 2 for Park and Earnhardt Jr.
Guys are starting to put a little pressure on you now, but it still looks good.
As Park puts Todd Bodine a lap down, the 28th place runner. Marty has more on Steve Park for us.
Well, the car right now for Steve Park just a little bit loose, and these guys desperately need a top 10 finish. In their last 7 races, Alan, they have not had a top 10 finish. They've fallen from 13th to 7th in the point standings, and these are the first laps that Steve Park has ever led here. His best finish at the Brickyard is 13th. It's been an emotional year for Steve Park. He won in the 2nd race of the season at Rockingham, and statistics-wise, it hasn't been that bad of a season, but it's been an emotional roller coaster.
We're having the best season we've ever had in Winston Cup, and we've been extremely competitive and winning races, and we have 3 seconds, which could easily be sitting here talking about 4 wins. But I don't know, man. Something's missing, you know, and we know what it is, and I think I'll be thankful for when we get this year put behind us.
Track far down, you're going to be okay.
And again, the car very good for Steve Park right now. It's a little bit tight in, a little bit loose off, but they are very happy, and they have a big lead.
And, of course, what is missing for Steve Park is his team owner, Dale Earnhardt, who, as you know, was killed in the accident on the final lap of the Daytona 500. Park, his teammates, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and company, having to carry on with the loss of their leader, and they've done so admirably.
Yes, they have. A lot of folks have stepped up to the plate and are doing a tremendous job over there.
Tell you what kind of an influence Dale Earnhardt was, not just on his team, but on the sport in general. One of the sayings going around the garage area, anytime something's gone wrong for the sanctioning body this year, NASCAR, the sort of dark joke has been is because Dale Earnhardt wasn't there to tell him how to do it right. Look at this. Kurt Busch, Jimmy Spencer, left and right, now right and left.
Ward Burton, the 22 car. Ricky Craven, the tied ride.
This is from 9th place on down. All these cars lead lap machines.
And there's Jeff Burton back there, that 99 car.
Great run for Kurt Busch, Dave. He's up to the top 10.
Sure is, Alan. And remember, the Roush guys got together yesterday afternoon and made some major changes for the 97 car and the other Roush cars. It ran a whole lot better. And they have made no changes all day. And on the last stop, they changed 4 tires and again did not make any major changes at all to Kurt. He's very happy with the car.
Of the 4 Roush cars, Jeff Burton and Kurt Busch are both running in the top 13. Mark Martin and Matt Kenseth both damaged in a lap 3 crash. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
Check this out. Bob here needs a car.
How about a pickup? A black one. With a place for my bike.
Autotrader.com. Over 1.5 million used cars, make it the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Need a loan?
Oh, yeah. Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
It's the all-new Pick Your Prize Monopoly game at McDonald's. When you win, you pick your prize.
Ahoy, matey. We'll take to the open sea.
I am the ATV of your dreams.
Hey there. Don't listen to those two. Snowmobiles are real treat up in the North Woods.
No.
Over here, matey. Pick me.
No, they are wrong. I am the one for you.
Don't miss the Pick Your Prize Monopoly game, because now winning's easy, choosing's hard.
Yeah, when the lake freezes over, he's out of commission.
Arr.
They weren't Olympic athletes, but they wanted a record. Across 2 time zones and 12 states, Williams employees put more miles on a bike in a week than I put on my car in a month. From New York to Houston, they rode the route of the Williams pipeline and raised $12 million for the United Way, the most ever, anywhere, by anyone. We don't think of it as charity. We think of it as our investment in a better world.
I saw Dr. Miller this morning. I'm pregnant.
Oh, honey, I love you.
This fall, it's your first day as a doctor. How do you feel?
Don't look at me when we're moving somewhere.
Scrubs, Tuesdays this fall on NBC.
Wally Dallenbach Sr. raced in 13 Indy 500s, leaving Wally Jr. and all the Dallenbachs many memories of the Brickyard.
I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was
Fred, I don't have baby pictures to be shown around.
Well, you probably do, and I will get a hold of them. Don't worry about that.
Of course, his would be in color, and mine would be in black and white.
With Benny Parsons and Wally Dallenbach Jr., Alan Bestwick at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where the 8th running of the Brickyard 400 is reaching some crucial moments. Steve Park is the race leader by...
4 tires, next time.
Ah, there you go. I was just about to set up the fact that he's coming in very soon for a pit stop. He's up by 4.9 seconds on Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Got to stop twice more. Lap 104, he stops. Fuel, 4 tires. He's got to stop again about 145.
Steve, 4100, second gear. Get all you can.
Get all you can.
And Stevie Reeves, the spotter, telling Steve, referring back to what we talked about earlier, Wally, about the entry and exit of the pits.
Right, you got to run to the pits as hard as you can, and you got to get to that line without speeding. So you got to run as far as you can, as fast as you can, get the car slowed down, then get to pit road speed. Same thing leaving. When you leave pit lane, you got to get up through the gears and up to speed as quick as you can.
Bobby Labonte trying to take 6th place from Kevin Harvick.
Clear pit in, clear pit out.
And the leader's in with 45 laps to go. 55 laps to go, excuse me. Marty Snyder covers Steve Park's pit stop.
And Steve Park is in. They are very happy with the car. They're going to make some minor adjustments. Park is a little tight in, but also a little bit loose off, and that's what's concerning them a little bit more is the loose off condition. So to fix that, they're going to go down 1 round on the track bar. They pulled the tearaway off so Steve can see a little bit better. They have a huge lead, so it is critical that they get a very good pit stop here. They don't want to lose any of that time on the racetrack. Steve Park with 4 tires and the track bar adjustment, and they slap him a little bit longer on the left front. Tony Stewart is also in right now. He's a little bit loose from the center off. They made an air pressure adjustment on Tony Stewart's car as well.
Jason Leffler is also on and off pit road, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. has assumed the lead.
Now, sometimes when you hear a car being tight in and loose off, Benny, sometimes that's because you're turning the wheel going in. The car is tight, so you keep turning. When it catches up with you, that's when the car breaks loose. So it's going to be interesting to see if the one made the right decision there on that change.
When those front tires finally catch and start turning the other direction, it will snap the back end loose. You're exactly right, Wally. Junior. Junior got that arm out the window trying to get some air and to cool off a little bit.
Is that what he's doing, or is he signaling some cars around him that he may be coming to pit road?
That's air, baby. Give me some air.
Benny's right. This is a tough place to get any airflow inside these cars. And just by sticking your left hand out that window, you can't believe how much air that gets inside the car.
It is warm here in Indianapolis today. Temperatures expected to creep into the low 90s. And when you're inside one of these race cars with 1,500-degree exhaust gases running out the tailpipes right under the metal seat that you sit in,
it's hot.
How hot is it?
It is hot.
Yeah. And, of course, athletes and heat being much in the news over the past week with the death of Corey Stringer, the Minnesota Vikings NFL player, as well as the player for the Northwestern University football team. Something that's been a topic of discussion in the garage area through this week. Well, how did you get yourself hydrated and ready for a hot race?
Well, you really start drinking a lot of fluids Thursday or Friday before you get here, and you just keep drinking. Another thing that helps me is put an ice pack inside my uniform. That actually keeps your blood cool over your heart. All these guys have different things, but the biggest thing is to just keep drinking.
Looking at the interval between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon, the first and second place cars, the dots there, color-coded to indicate their relative position on the track.
And you see it's a little over 2.5 seconds. And there's Dale Jarrett right behind Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon, he looks like he and Dale Earnhardt Jr. about the same speed right now.
Jeff Gordon has led the most laps in 6 of the last 8 races. These are the total laps led in the last 8. And look at the difference.
That's incredible.
4 times as many. 5 times as many as the second place guy. Oh, and DJ about missed that corner there.
You can just feel as these laps wind on, the tension starting to build a little bit more and a little bit more. Leaders in. Dale Earnhardt Jr. stopping with 52 laps to go. Dave Burns.
And Alan, that means that they cannot make it without stopping another time. Only about 40 laps on fuel. They had electrical gremlins earlier today, but Jack Mann and engine tuner Jeff Clark says they have gone away. They did not have to go to an ignition box that had less horsepower capability but more durability. Rather, they've had everything they want today. They beat out the fender early on, and now they've had another great pit stop.
And Tony Eury Jr., the front tire changer, is just livid because when they threw the right front tire up there, Dave, lug nuts fell off the wheel. He had to reach down, pick up a couple, and it slowed him down a couple of seconds.
But that was a very good recovery. He came around and got it done on the left side.
Johnny Benson's in, Matt.
And a wedge adjustment on the 10 car, Johnny Benson, Alan. They felt like they could have gone 8 more laps to about lap 117 or 118. He's down and away, a 4-tire change, but they were short pitting, knowing others will have to pit, so they're going to try to short pit for track position.
Short pit terms the crew chief's using for stopping sooner than you need to. Kevin Harvick is in. Marty.
Kevin Harvick last stopped on lap 76. Allen at that stop. He took 2 tires. They have taken 2 tires twice today. It has worked very well both times. File that away for the last pit stop of the day. They will have to stop 2 more times at least unless we get some caution flag laps, because they're going to be about 3 laps short from being able to make it on 1 more stop. It'll be a 4-tire stop this time for Kevin Harvick. He is a little bit tight. They make an air pressure adjustment and an attempt to loosen him up just a little bit, but it's been a terrific run for this rookie today here at Indianapolis in his first run in the Brickyard 400. 4-tire stop. Kevin Harvick's away.
Michael Waltrip is in. Robert Presley is on pit road as Harvick leaves. And the new leader is Jeff Gordon.
I wonder how many laps that Jeff Gordon can run on a tank of fuel.
Gordon leads. It is the 7th Brickyard 400 he has led. This is the 8th race, the only time Jeff Gordon did not lead in the history of Winston Cup competition at Indianapolis.
Plenty right now, but it doesn't give you much of an indication. Don't change too much.
Was last year.
He's talking to Robbie Loomis right now. That was Jeff Gordon talking to Robbie Loomis, and they're talking about what kind of changes they're going to make the next pit stop.
There's Bobby Labonte, defending Winston Cup and Brickyard 400 champion. Bill, he's running third.
And the head engine builder for Joe Gibbs Racing, Mark Cronquist, has just had a conversation with Peter Gellin, the gas man. In fact, he's talking to Peter right now. And Derek Jennings, who's the catch can man. They're going to leave Bobby out to the very last possible lap and make this their final stop. But Cronquist has made it very clear. Make sure you get every ounce of fuel in the car. He told the jack man, leave it on the jack until the catch can man gives you the cue to leave. They're going to try and make it to lap 118 and then make it to victory lane. Let's go further down pit road to Marty.
And the two-time Brickyard 400 winner, Dale Jarrett, is in. His car is a little bit tight, Bill. They're going to take 1 pound out of the right front. They have a very good car, however, and they think they have a contender to win the race. Todd Parrott on the radio preaching to Dale Jarrett in the last run. Find your rhythm. Very quick stop for the 88 bunch.
Ricky Craven is in. Bill Elliott, Jimmy Spencer also on the pit lane.
And the reason, you know, going back to Bobby's pit stop.
Oh, Jeff Gordon. I wondered how many laps he can run. I don't think he can run 48 laps. He would have to.
That's the way. Matt Yoakum has Jeff Gordon's pit stop.
Benny, they felt like they could try to go 4 or 5 more laps, but they did not want a chance. So they're going to take the conservative approach in short pit. No chassis adjustments for Gordon, just 4 tires. He said his car has gotten better, but the car is a little bit tight off the corner still, and he's down and away.
Remember, last week this team had to take the conservative approach on fuel, and it cost them a chance to win.
And it just might today, because this is one place racing for a championship. I say the points, they're not racing for points, but here's one place you cannot afford to run out of gasoline.
Ward Burton has just been on and off pit road, and here's the new leader of the Brickyard 400, Bobby Labonte, out in front of Sterling Marlin by that interval. It's an even 1 second on the stopwatch. There's Labonte. There's Marlin.
And every lap that these guys can run tells me they're going to gamble on one more stop. Bobby Labonte, Sterling Marlin, Kurt Busch back in 3rd place.
Jerry Nadeau and Todd Bodine have both made green flag pit stops. Robbie Gordon has been on and off pit road also.
Jeff Burton back in 4th place. Another car I think is going to gamble on one more stop.
Got 46 laps to go, Benny. How far do they need to go before they can make it?
I think that some of these cars can run 43, maybe 44 laps.
And of course, all of this we're setting up is if we have no caution flag from now to the finish. Marty Snyder, how about Sterling Marlin? What are they saying?
Well, you guys are exactly right in terms of Sterling Marlin. They're going to try to win this race on fuel. They're going to leave him out for about 4 more laps, and they're going to stretch this as far as they can. I asked Lee McCall about 15 minutes ago, his crew chief, can you make it on one stop? He said it's going to be awfully close. Well, we're going to find out if we're going to gamble or not, and they've already rolled the dice. They're going to gamble and try to win this thing on fuel mileage.
You just got to be careful right now not to run out of gas now, because if you miss pit lane and you run out of gas, you're done. You're not going to make it back.
We saw Dale Jarrett do that, in 1998, run out of fuel just as he went past the entrance to pit road and could not coast back.
This is the time the fuel pressure gauge, that's the only time us drivers look at it, is right now, because we're watching that thing. If that gauge starts fluctuating and that needle starts dropping, I'm telling my crew chief, hey buddy, we're out of gas, or we're getting close to be out of gas, I need to get in.
But you better hope you're not here on the track when that thing starts fluctuating, because you'll never make it back, like Benny was saying before.
And Sterling Marlin goes fleet. Bobby Labonte moved over. Bill Weber, what's going on?
He may be out of gas, Benny.
Oh, no.
May be out of gas. He said it stumbled right here on the front stretch. Right where Worley said it can't happen. They urged him to shake the car back and forth to see if he can get back. Looks like he's still up to speed. Still got a little fuel. But you can see him dropping back.
He'll make it from here, though. He's okay. He's still running here. He'll make it to the pits, but he's going to lose a lot of ground.
Absolutely.
but that's going to slow Kurt Busch, the 97 car, back in this, trying to go to the second spot right now. And Labonte needs to get the inside, and Kurt Busch is there.
Oh, don't block the entrance to pit road.
Clear all around.
Now, the only other thing he's got to worry about now is if the car stalls. If the car stalls, the guy's got to get the ether out, spray the thing with ether, possibly bump start it. That's all time.
44 laps to go. Bobby Labonte trying to get to his pit box, Bill.
It's a 2.5-mile track. Pit road is 2,175 feet, and every inch right now critical for Bobby Labonte. Weaving the car back and forth, trying to get fuel so the engine stays running. Now it sounds like it has stalled. Remember, they need to pack this very full, but obviously a big loss here. They're going to have to spray the ether in there to get it restarted. They come around to the left side, put the left side tires on. They'll have 4 tires, but it's the fuel that's going to be the big issue, and how long it takes him to get it started. Spraying fuel in there, trying to get it to go. They've got a little nozzle in there where you spray in the fuel. It helps ignite the engine, and Bobby Labonte takes off. Fast pit stop, but very frustrating getting back there, and longer than they'd ever want to spend on pit road at Indianapolis.
Gosh, oh, here comes Sterling Marlin, Kurt Busch. These guys, I believe, can make it the rest of the way.
Top 2 are in, Dave.
Kurt Busch is in now. Another great run for this youngster. He is just doing a fantastic job. A little damage to the right rear. They will try to take both 4 tires around to the left side now as he gives up track position, but a great run for this rookie whose younger brother actually ran in a Craftsman Truck Series race Friday night right here in Indianapolis. Rusty Wallace is in too. But let's first go to Marty Snyder.
And Dave, Sterling Marlin is in. The command given from Lee McCall, the crew chief, to Jerry Swites, the gas man. Pack it full of fuel. They panicked when Bobby Labonte ran out of fuel. The car is very good. They think they can make it all the way on fuel. To Bill Weber.
Jeff Burton loose in 2 and 4, pushing every place else. They made a chassis adjustment, air pressure adjustment, tires, and hopefully enough fuel to reach the finish. We'll see.
5,000.
Hey.
Rusty Wallace has run all 7 Brickyard 400 races to this point. He is in his 8th. He has only finished as good as 2nd 2 times. He desperately wants to win. They made just a slight air pressure adjustment. He was a little tight and changed 4 tires.
All right, Jeff Burton, Kurt Busch, and Sterling Marlin ran 41 laps on the tank of fuel they just replenished. They've got 42 to go to make the checkered flag at Indy.
Oh, no. I wish you had told me that.
Clear by 3 right now.
Each lap that goes by, the tension and the drama builds a little more.
I'll guarantee you they're telling the driver, you can make it. Don't worry about it. Just drive that race car.
New leader is Steve Park. Tony Stewart is 2nd. Dale Earnhardt Jr. that we ride with now is 3rd. So things have cycled back around after the stops. You got a couple guys in the running order now who haven't stopped yet. Elliott Sadler is running 4th for the moment. Then you'll get back to Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Bill Elliott, Ward Burton, and then Sterling Marlin.
Although there will be some guys, believe me, there'll be some crew chiefs telling their drivers, hey, try to conserve fuel, which is hard to do at any racetrack because you still got to run competitive times because there's a bunch of other guys that are trying to make this thing on fuel mileage as well. But they're going to tell the drivers, just do what you can. Draft as much as you can.
Looks good.
300 miles just completed in the Brickyard 400. 4.6 seconds from Steve Park. This car in the lead, back to Tony Stewart, the 2nd place runner. We're getting down to what promises to be a dramatic finish. Don't go away. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
Americans have places to go, things to do, so they go Midas. Air conditioning, we do that. Oil changes, we do that. Batteries and mufflers too. For total car care by certified technicians. Who does it all? Midas. We do that.
going. Keep going.
In the battle against athlete's foot, you gotta have, boom, tough actin Tinactin. Tinactin pump spray is clinically proven to stop the severe itching and burning of athlete's foot. Tinactin is so tough it even prevents athlete's foot. So get boom, tough actin Tinactin.
Question about DirecTV? Yeah, I hear this thing hits like an insane amount of sports channels. That's what I want, sports 24/7.
Hey, hon. What's up?
You're absolutely right, sir. With DirecTV, you and your family can enjoy wonderful educational channels together.
I'll let you guys talk.
We know how you feel, and that's why we're here, Circuit City. We're with you.
Educational? Really? Yeah? Huh.
Bam! When you're on TV, sometimes you become known for a catchphrase. Bam! Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. Bam! So I just want to ask everybody to hold off on the bams, okay?
Okay, almost got it.
Bam!
Emerald, comedy that cooks. NBC Tuesdays this fall.
At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Steve Park is the leader of the 8th Brickyard 400. He's out by 4.8 seconds, a massive advantage on Tony Stewart, but Park's got to make another pit stop before the checkered flag.
See, Jeff Gordon lost a couple of spots that last time.
From the way things have been, the track
stop summary. And what we're measuring here, we're measuring the total time it takes the driver to make his in-lap and his out-lap. We talked, Wally, earlier, it's not just the time the car stopped on pit road, guys.
And we see Dale Earnhardt Jr. was 3 seconds slower than Tony Stewart because of that.
Look at Dale Jarrett.
Woohoo, look
He's
at that.
the man right there. He wins that contest.
So that's in, out, total of the 2 laps. Now, we talked about Bobby Labonte and his problems on the pit stop earlier when the car was out of fuel when he got to his box.
Watch this. Ray Bowen is squirting gasoline into the carburetor. There's a small hose that runs down to the air cleaner into the carburetor. A lot of teams will use ether, and they just spray it at the air intake. But, you see, the car won't start. This is gasoline. Ether boosts the compression ratio on the engine so much, some engine builders think it will injure the engine, so they're using gasoline.
But as a driver, I prefer the ether fuels over the gasoline.
So you can go to sleep, right?
Yeah, we can tell that. Bobby Labonte came in, was as high as 6th position before the cycle of pit stops started. Now he's back to 13th because of all that lost time. How about it for Steve Park? Pretty impressive day so far, but the question is, if we go green from here to the finish,
Good on second place.
Sterling Marlin, Jeff Burton, they can make it to the finish on gas.
He'll let you go because he's having trouble with the 31 and follow you through, and he will work with him if the caution comes out.
Now, BP, you know, if you're out there and you're on a gas mileage run, and I was following you, which you'd be following me, actually, sorry, but if that were happening, wouldn't we get together and try to draft a little bit? Because that's going to help on the fuel mileage.
No.
Or is it just not close enough?
I'll let you run in front and use all that fuel while I ride in the back and take advantage of that, you see.
Would you do that? Can't believe you do that.
Mark Martin, the 6th car, involved on a crash on the 2nd lap.
Mark's not having a bad day, all things considered. He's in 22nd position. Matt, how about Mark Martin's day?
Well, Alan, he can go the distance on fuel, but it certainly has been a difficult day. Currently, Mark Martin running in the 22nd position. Trouble on the racetrack earlier, but it certainly has been a victory all week long because Sean Parker's wife, Tara, has now gone a week with a new heart transplant. But the story does not end there because 2 weeks ago, before she had her heart transplant, Tara celebrated her 27th birthday by making 500 green ribbons because they're starting a grassroots level campaign to gain awareness for organ donors. And they feel like their story is going to have a happy ending because the doctors are very encouraged, but they know what it's like to sit by the phone and wait for that phone to ring, that magical phone call saying they have an organ for their sick family members. So they're starting a grassroots level. All the Roush guys and a number of other team members are wearing this green ribbon today.
Touching story. What Sean Parker and Tara went through last week, the phone call coming in at 4 a.m. up in Pocono for Sean from his wife that the donor had become available. Jack Roush flying him back to Winston-Salem, where the operation went on later that day. That was last Saturday.
I mean, how would you like to be awakened at 4 o'clock in the morning and your wife, who's waiting a heart transplant, say, it's time?
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
And things continue to go well, and that is great news for Sean, who might be one of the hardest working people in all of NASCAR Winston Cup racing. Countless hours spent massaging this race car with a great deal of success over the years, but nonetheless, while a lot of distracting things were on his mind.
There's the cat in the hat.
Jack Roush, the team owner for Mark Martin.
Surrounded by Roushketeers.
To go. Is that what you're calling him now?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Mark Martin's a Roushketeer, and John Parker.
While Steve Park was hung up behind Mark Martin and Robbie Gordon, he lost about a second of his lead. It's now 3.7 from Park back to Tony Stewart. We are about to get the 30-lap-to-go mark upon us in the Brickyard 400 at Indy.
Introducing the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
My turn.
The power and performance of rigid wet dry vacs. Built so heavy duty, they carry a lifetime warranty. Like our 16-gallon 2-in-1 vac that converts to a detachable blower in seconds. You'll find it at Home Depot's guaranteed low price every day. Rigid. Buy it at the Home Depot.
From only fresh oranges, not from concentrate. Bursting with all the perfect goodness of life. Tropicana Pure Premium. Satisfy a deeper thirst.
This is a bucket of water. And this is Goodyear's new and improved AquaTread 3. At highway speeds in a downpour, a set of AquaTread 3 tires pumps away over 6 gallons of water per second. That's over 360 gallons per mile. With its 80,000-mile tread life limited warranty. That's a lot of water. Think about it next time it's pouring buckets. New AquaTread 3. Only from Goodyear.
Goodyear, Goodyear.
Race days and weekends. Coolers and tailgates. Pit passes and autographs. Competition and victory laps. Thrills and excitement. Good times and memories. Responsible drinking and race fans. Designated drivers and old friends. You know what we're talking about. Make sure everyone gets home safely. Please, think when you drink.
At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard 400 story has taken a turn. The caution is out. Something on the racetrack in turn 3. The yellow flag brings the pace car out in front of the field. The fuel mileage thing has just gone out the window.
Sterling Marlin, Kurt Busch, Jeff Burton. Man, oh man, this thing is just, there's the debris up in turn 3.
And you can see it's in the racing line, on the edge of the racing line, so whatever it is, it's enough to bring out the caution. Next weekend, our race for the championship coverage of NASCAR moves on to the road course in Watkins Glen, New York. Saturday, we'll have the NASCAR Busch North Series at 2 Eastern Time. And then Sunday, Subway presents NASCAR Winston Cup Racing on NBC at 12:30 Eastern Time. It's always fun at Watkins Glen. Hammer down 90-lap race. It's a short one, but it's a hard one. And we look forward to bringing that one to you next weekend here on NASCAR's new home, NBC Sports.
And that one car, Steve Park, who's leading the Brickyard 400, was the winner last year at Watkins Glen.
Better than 250,000. looking on at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Tony Stewart has a new leash on life.
Yeah.
He now is going to be able to make a pit stop, and he's going to be able to be back up front with a chance to win.
Okay, your Steve Parks crew chief, your, let's say, Bill Elliott's crew chief back in 8th. 2 or 4 tires.
Pits are open.
Tony Stewart will get 2.
Okay, to get the lead.
I agree. He's going to get 2.
Park?
Yeah, but Park is going to take 2.
All right.
Hey, buddy.
Sterling Marlin stays out. Marlin doesn't pit.
Pit road stuff. Clear pit in, clear pit out.
Dave?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in. 4 tire stop for him. No chassis adjustments. Air pressure only for Dale.
And that time the lug nuts stayed on the car. Stayed on those wheels.
4 tires there, Marty.
And Steve Park, the leader, is in. His car is just a little bit loose. They debated on an air pressure adjustment. They decided not to make an air pressure adjustment. Pit stops that could decide. The Brickyard 400 Park with a very fast stop. Tony Stewart behind him, 1 round down. Track bar for Tony Stewart. A lot of guys take 2 tires, but 4 tires for Tony Stewart and Steve Park to Matt Yoakum.
Jeff Gordon's already down and away and back out of the racetrack. He was one of the teams that only took on 2 tires, a slight chassis adjustment of wedge, working on that race car. Let's go back to Bill.
Ward Burton had the highest running Dodge when the cars came on pit road. He took 4 tires and a chassis adjustment, and they hope to win by a nose.
Weber with the sly remark about the Dodge rule change this week, extending the lower lip of that front bumper forward by another 2 inches. Let's take a look at what the NASCAR's allowed the Dodge teams to do this week.
All right, this area here, they've been able to extend that 2 inches. There you see a good example of it. It is now 2.5 inches from a 1/2 inch.
And that allows the car to do what?
Gives it more downforce on the nose, gives it more grip, and we're seeing that today here at Indianapolis.
Dodgers have run well.
Yeah.
And right now we have a Dodge leading the race. Sterling Marlin did not pit, but will those used tires reach out and bite him?
1977, the last race win by a Dodge in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series.
Real people taken to the farthest corners of the earth, stranded with nothing in the middle of nowhere. Now the race is on to get home. Lost premieres Wednesday, September 5th on NBC.
Almost $7,500 in finance savings on Dodge Durango. Or $2,500 cash allowance. Plus factory-to-dealer incentives, which could save you even more.
Hurry in. Save big at the Team Dodge sales event.
If only your house could talk, what would it say?
I may be an old house, but step into my kitchen and I'm 21st century.
Lowe's has over 250 brand name appliances, all in stock, all for prices that can't be beat, guaranteed. So you can take one with you today, or we'll deliver one to your home tomorrow.
Whoever thought I'd have a kitchen with a brain?
Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Get more out of your tax rebate today at Lowe's and invest in your most valuable asset, your home.
Your Chevy dealer's got something to make your pulse quicken. Choose a 2001 Chevy Impala or Monte Carlo and get $1,000 factory cash back. Hit the road in cars that love to drive and get $1,000 cash back. Or get a 2001 Chevy Malibu with 0% APR GMAC financing. Gives you an adrenaline rush just thinking about it. Get great offers on select Chevy cars at your Chevy dealer today.
The Super Dapper 10 Drive-By Weatherboard, brought to you by Alltel.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Here's Here's our Pepsi race recap of the Brickyard 400. Went green with Jimmy Spencer and Bill Elliott on the front row, but only got a couple of laps into it before trouble. Andy Houston in the 96 spun in turn 2. By the time it was over, Robert Presley, Matt Kenseth, and Mark Martin were involved in the wreck. Lap 22, Ricky Rudd had the belts come off his car. Engine overheated, went to the garage. He's back, but he's many laps down. Pit road tight at Indy. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Hutch Strickland among those getting together on an early set of pit stops, though all continue. Jimmy Spencer nudges Ryan Newman. Newman is into the wall while running in the top 5 at lap number 32. Then just a few laps later on the restart, Dave Blaney gets caught into an incident. He runs into the back of another car. He went behind the wall. This is Casey Atwood running into the back of Dale Jarrett in traffic behind the Ryan Newman crash. His engine overheated. He was done for the day and out of the race. We move ahead to lap 117. It was Kurt Busch moving by Bobby Labonte while Bobby ran out of fuel trying to stretch it to be able to make the finish on one more stop. He got the thing restarted, but he fell back to 13th position. Then the caution came out and negated the whole fuel situation anyway, setting up a rather wild thrash to the finish.
Other than that, nothing's really happened.
It's been eventful, hasn't it? Mountain Dew pit summary.
Steve Park goes in first and comes out 8th. Jeff Gordon goes in 5th, comes out 2nd. You see all this? Johnny Benson, 14th to 4th. Rusty Wallace, 13th to 5th. How'd they do that? It wasn't magic, folks. Gordon, Craven, Benson, Wallace all changed 2 tires on their stop.
As did Kurt Busch. So those drivers occupying the 2nd through 6th positions behind Sterling Marlin, who did not stop. Marty.
Well, let's ask Tony Glover why Sterling Marlin did not stop. Why'd you not stop, Tony?
It's our only shot to win the race. I mean, we can't line back up 8th or 9th and win the race. We've got the Coors car's a good race car. The Coors Light car, we just got to have track position. You know, hopefully this will give us some track position, and we'll see what the Columbian Comets got for them here in this shootout.
They together have won 2 Daytona 500s, going for their first Brickyard 400. Can they do it? We'll find out in about 26 laps.
We need to do that as a feature sometime. We need to record Tony Glover coaching Sterling on the radio. It is absolutely comical.
The Columbia Comet.
Yeah, there
Not
you go.
the Rushville Rocket, the Columbia Comet. Sterling being from Columbia, Tennessee.
Would we have to capture that, though?
Yeah.
We'd have to capture
Oh,
it.
it's comical. Getting set for the restart. There'll be 25 laps to go.
You ready? Hey, car's off. You ready? 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 Nice and smooth now. Nice and smooth. Green flag. Go, 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 go.
Oh, Jeff is trying to get that run. Sterling does not want him down there, but it didn't work.
Jeff Gordon to the lead at Indianapolis. The fans are going crazy. Hometown hero takes the point.
Jeff knows the best chance he's got is to put as much distance between him and those guys. Got 4 fresh tires right now, so he's going to get it.
For a guy who went nowhere in the early part of this race, wouldn't you believe, in the final laps, Gordon finds himself racing for the win. No surprise. Look at the traffic. Steve Park caught back in 8th position. He was the leader before the caution. Race for the championship. Remember, Ricky Rudd is many laps down. He's in 40th position after the engine problems. Gordon and Jarrett, 1st and 8th.
And Dale Jarrett is over 3.5 seconds behind Jeff Gordon. But the worst part, he's got all those cars back there that he's got to try to get through. There's on the inside of Tony Stewart. He's got by the 1 and the 20. Well, maybe not the 20 yet.
Maybe not.
Now, while these guys are racing,
look out!
Stewart almost lost it there.
Over the wall. Tony Stewart into the outside wall.
While all this is happening, the 24 is stretching his lead.
And that's what Tony Glover was talking about. They needed track position. They knew if he got back in this mess, they were not going to win. And Tony Stewart looks like is not going to win today.
And will be bitterly disappointed.
Oh.
Bitterly.
He wants to win at this Speedway almost as bad as he wants to draw a breath.
Let's go back and take another look at what happened to Tony Stewart a lap ago.
Comes off the 2nd corner. He's trying to turn under the 88 car, but He just gets up and runs in the wall with the right rear, and that looks like his car, it's affected the handling on the car because he had to back off and let the 22 car go by on the outside.
And what you got to be careful when that happens, especially here in Indianapolis, is that fender closes in on the tire, and the tire will start rubbing on the fender, and that's a real scary deal.
Jeff Gordon leads, Sterling Marlin is second, and look who's third, Ricky Craven after the two-tire stop. What a story this guy is. Driver from Maine who, after a series of accidents, was out of Winston Cup racing for over a year. Cautions out, Jerry Nadeau in the wall.
Now this will help the 1 car, the 8 car, and Tony Stewart, I guess, will have to make a pit stop and check those fenders that you're talking about.
Nadeau had just been penalized a lap by NASCAR at the end of that last caution for pitting out of his box. You're going to have the car within the painted pit box on pit road. It wasn't properly positioned. He was penalized, and now he's crashed. Seventh caution flag of this race.
Now, the last guy that wanted to see this caution was the 24.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had put some distance on between those guys, him and the 4 tires, and he's sitting there going, oh, man, if this thing would have went green, I had a good shot.
Now, when they throw the green flag of the restart, do you think Sterling Marlin's going to try to get a good jump and get under Jeff Gordon down in turn 1?
If he wants it bad enough.
Let's go take a look at what happened to Jerry Nadeau that brought out the caution flag.
Well, it's hard to imagine not being in contact going in the turn like that, but there's so much smoke, I have no idea.
There were a couple other cars in that cloud somewhere.
And 21 cars already on the apron when that's happening. Right here, see Elliott
Sadler.
Hard to see.
And Tony Furr and the crew on the 25 car at Loudon, New Hampshire, they had 2 cars that looked like that. So
what is Michael Waltrip doing back there?
Keeping them tires, especially when you run through debris like that, you've got to be careful.
Most of the lead lap cars, about all of them, have stayed on the racetrack. So we'll take a break. We're back to Indy in a minute.
Another rollback saves the day by saving you even more. Walmart, always low prices, always.
1-800-CALL-ATT has a new spokes. Oh, no, not the top.
For collect calls, dial C-A-L-L-A-T-T. That's not right, is it? $30,000, Mom. No, it's for a physics book. No, really. 1-800-C-A-L-L-A-T-T. Practice, practice, practice.
Doctor, I got a growth.
The way it was written, please.
1-800-C-A-L-L-A-T-T. Nice job, Carrot Stick. Save big bucks on every call. Dial 1-800-C-A-L-L-A-T-T for collect calls.
Can I have your number? Come on in. She'll be down in a minute. Hot enough for you? Beer?
Oh, my.
This week, Jay's all new with Cuba Gooding Jr., Charlize Theron, West Wing's Bradley Whitford, Molly Shannon, and Venus and Serena Williams. Plus, The Tonight Show follows Angela across America. Jay drives the NASCAR pace car and NASCAR jaywalking.
Where should your hands be while driving?
I would say on the steering wheel.
All right. Jay's all new all this week on NBC.
NBC's coverage of the NASCAR Winston Cup Brickyard 400 is brought to you by Zima, clearly refreshing. By Goodyear, serious technology, freedom from worry. By Walmart, always low prices, always. And by Team Monte Carlo, the cars more champions depend on. Chevy will be there. Using lessons learned from his father to go from 6th to 1st and score the victory in the Pepsi 400. Ducking, diving. Incredible racing in the final laps here at Pocono. Four great finishes in our first 4 NASCAR Winston Cup races on NBC Sports and TNT. We're less than 20 laps away from the finish of this one. Will it be another spectacular finish? It's been a great race. We'll have to see when the checkered flag falls and the winner pulls right in here to victory lane. Jeff Gordon is the leader under caution here at Indianapolis. What a stunning career he has had. 3 Winston Cup championships and 55 wins. He's won here twice. And right now, he's probably thinking about what it would mean to be the first 3-time winner of the Brickyard 400.
A win's a win. We don't try to count how many we've had or be the first 3 or 4 time or 5 time. We just want to win. So we hope that we've got what it takes. And when it's all said and done, if then we accomplish some great statistic, then super.
Jeff Gordon, the leader under caution here at Indianapolis. Now, the Speedway admits to having 250,000 seats around this track. A lot of those fans here are Jeff Gordon fans. We go to tracks all around the country, and during driver introductions, a lot of those fans boo Jeff Gordon because they're rooting for the other 42. But here in Indianapolis, he gets some of the biggest cheers. And now he leads the field around this track, thinking about career win number 56. Let's go back upstairs to Al.
All right, Bill, thank you. Field just getting a signal, and one more lap. We go racing. 18 laps left in the Brickyard 400. Jeff Gordon got 2 tires on his pit stop. Sterling Marlin, none. Steve Park, who was the leader, got 4 tires, but he's back in 8th position.
24 car. He's in a spot he wants to be in. He doesn't make many mistakes.
Here's the problem. We've talked about track position. We've talked about how critical it is. Steve Park is in 8th position, but he's starting 16th. There will be 8 cars lined up to his inside that he has to go by those cars as well as the 7 cars in front of him. If they can line these cars up single file, he might have a better chance.
Does Marlin have a shot on the older tires of getting by Jeff Gordon?
He was keeping up with Jeff Gordon just a moment ago. I think he's as fast as Jeff, but can he get by him? What will Jeff do on the restart? Will he go straight to the inside and force Marlin to try to pass him on the outside?
Let's hear from Jeff Gordon's crew chief with Matt Yoakum.
And Jeff Gordon talked about how special it would be to win a 3rd Brickyard 400. And Robbie Loomis, how special would it be for you to win a Brickyard 400?
Still a long way off. You know, these guys worked hard all day just to get us in contention. We're going to see what happens here at the end.
On the last restart, the goal was just to get by the 40 and run. What about now?
Yeah, Jeff likes that clean air. We'll see what the thing does out front. Robbie Loomis, you are a terrible actor, buddy. You want this thing as bad as anybody.
You know he does.
Playing the Iceman part, isn't he? All right, we're set to go. Pace car will turn off onto pit road this time. Todd Bodine in that light blue car, the first one to the inside of the leader, is in 24th position. He's the first one a lap down. He's got to try and get his lap back from Jeff Gordon. If a caution comes out, he could come back around for a good finish in this thing. We'll see what kind of role he plays. We'll see if Sterling Marlin is able to get a good jump as they come down for the green flag.
You ready? 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 Green flag.
Oh, and Sterling Marlin's going to get hung behind the 66. Huge break for Jeff Gordon.
And again, that's what he had to do. He had to clear that last car to get the distance. If he started racing with him through 1 and 2, those guys would have been all over him on the backstretch.
Wally, driver protocol. How long does Todd Bodine stay between the front two into the closing laps of this race?
If Jeff starts pulling away from me the next 2 or 3 laps, you got to let these guys race. And Todd knows he can't win this race, but he's got to stay close enough now and hope that there is a yellow. But if another 2 or 3 laps and Sterling's barking on my back door, I got to let him go.
Ricky Craven cleared the lap car of Bobby Hamilton that had gotten in front of him on the restart, so the third place car is now in contact with the man he's racing for position, Sterling Marlin. Somebody just had a little puff of smoke going into turn 1.
Yeah, I saw that.
At the Brickyard, courtesy of the United States Army, an army of one. There are 212 ways to be a soldier. Find out more at GoArmy.com.
Right now, too, Jeff's in clean air, so he's putting his car where he wants. No other cars are affecting the way his car is handling. That's the place you want to be. Sterling, when he gets close to that 66 car, he may be tight, and that's going to hurt him.
There's Todd Bodine.
And that's the right thing to do, Todd. That was the right thing to do. These guys are racing for the win. Let them go.
If Jeff Gordon should go on to win this race, he will have started deeper in the field than anyone has ever done and won at Indianapolis. He started 27th today. The farthest back before was Dale Jarrett in 1996, who started in 24th position. So much for the importance of qualifying. There you go. Best come from behind win.
Rusty Wallace trying to get on the inside of Johnny Benson, back there for 4th position.
Both these cars just took 2 tires on the lap 132 stop. Johnny Benson in his first Brickyard 400 back in 1996 led 70 laps. That was in his rookie season. Finishing 8th that day. Best finish of the season so far for Benson. 3rd place run at Texas Motor Speedway back in the spring.
See, Ward Burton trying to get on the inside of Steve Park. Looked like he was going to make that. And Ricky Craven, we see, is closed up right on the back bumper. There we see that battle between Dale Jarrett, Ward Burton, Steve Park, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And Dale Jarrett can't afford, championship-wise, to let any of these guys get by him. He's already losing positions and points to Jeff Gordon in the wash on the day. If Gordon wins the race, he can't afford to lose any more ground. If he can help it. I mean, there are still a lot of races to go in the season. But it's not going to help his cause to lose any more points today.
Looking low. Inside 22.
He may lose 2 or 3 here.
Yeah, he just might. Because Steve Park's going to follow. And there's not going to be a gap to get in, I don't think.
Now the 8 car will dive down underneath, follow the 1 car. And there's nothing he can do. The car's not going to turn up there.
Clear, all clear, all clear.
He had to roll out of the throttle.
So he lost 3 positions that lap. Up front, there's the interval. Jeff Gordon to Sterling Marlin and Ricky Craven.
Okay, here we go. Coming out of turn 2. Hard on the gas all the way down. You got a long straightaway. And what you want to do, go ahead, Kenny.
Let's look at this telemetry and see what kind of miles per hour, what kind of RPM Sterling is turning. Around 190 miles per hour, about 8,800 RPMs. I did not hear the car hit a rev limiter. If they did, it probably would hit a different switch, go to a different ignition system to eliminate a rev limiter. Down the front stretch.
the Benny talking about a rev limiter is, they don't want to turn these engines over a certain RPM, so they put in a chip in the ignition box, which cuts the engine out at, say, 9,000 RPM.
But they also have a backup ignition switch unit. They can turn that primary off, turn on the second. It has no limiter. They can turn it any RPMs that it will turn down the straightaway. And Sterling Marlin right now is closing in on the back bumper of Jeff Gordon, just 2/3 of a second behind him.
Yellow dot on the racetrack map showing you where on the speedway he is. I would think by this point in the race with 12 to go, I'd have flipped to that ignition box with no limiter on it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he already did.
Yeah, he already did. That's why we're not hearing the limiter. Last time by, Jeff Gordon was 2/3 of a second in front of Sterling Marlin. This time, he's about 4/5 of a second, so Jeff Gordon that lap was faster than Sterling Marlin.
There's the real-time interval between the two.
Let's see where Sterling Marlin is losing distance. There he lost 2/10. Now he's back to about the same. Well, Sterling really got off turn 2 well that time.
Closed in a little bit. And at a place like this, a racetrack with relatively little banking, it's all about gaining ground in increments, in feet. You're not going to get it in big bunches.
Yeah, and you can very easily overdrive this racetrack. And when you overdrive, you know, especially when you're following 24 cars, say, you know what, I'm going to go in a little bit deeper. And by going in a little bit deeper, that's going to make the car push. And then you lose 3/10 on them.
10 laps to go. Jeff Gordon seeking a third win in the Brickyard 400.
The 22 car, Ward Burton, the fastest car of the top 10 the last time. Second fastest, Steve Park, and third, Johnny Benson. But the winner, if this stays green the rest of the way, the winner will be decided between these two cars. If Sterling doesn't run out of fuel, I don't think he should. Johnny Benson making a move on the inside of Ricky Craven for third. Oh, he's still trying to get alongside.
And here's what I talk about. You got to take away the 32's racing line. You got to be aggressive right now and take away his racetrack.
Oh, that was close.
Yep.
Benson with the inside line this time. Should get him into turn 1. Marty Snyder has more on Ricky Craven.
You guys, no matter what, this will be a great run for Ricky Craven. Their second top 5 of the season, their 4th top 10 of the season. They finished 10th at Pocono last week, and they tested a brand new car here that they really liked, but instead they decided to bring that car they ran at Pocono that finished 10th because it ran so well here in the lane. I think in 4th, 5th, wherever Craven finishes, they're very happy down here in the tie pit.
He's just lost 4th to Rusty Wallace, rather. That puts him back in 5th. And it's Kurt Busch behind him now to try and challenge for that spot. And Ward Burton.
And there comes Steve Park, that yellow #1 car. Kurt Busch off the corner. He's making a move on Craven. Looks like he's going to get position.
They're all lined up. And that's, you know, that's the thing. Whoa, here comes the 22 car. Decided that he was going to give it a shot.
Ward Burton. Inside Kurt Busch. This is going on back for 6th position. Up front is Sterling Marlin making any kind of headway on Jeff Gordon.
Not much. It's about the same it was when we left you just a few moments ago. And there they are, 3 wide. Kurt Busch alongside the Ricky Craven car, but he's about to lose that spot to 22, and Busch just drove her down in turn 3.
Oh, and here comes Steve Park.
Clear all around.
To be so young and so brave.
Still clear. Nice and smooth. Good job, man. Good job, partner.
Kurt Busch turned 23 years old yesterday.
He's run a good race all day long. He's been smart. He's been clean. He's been patient. He's going to have a good finish out of this car.
Started 34th. He's running 5th. Outstanding try in his first Brickyard 400.
I've been really impressed with the way has driven that car on the outside of Ward Burton.
No one has been better than Jeff Gordon at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway since the NASCAR Winston Cup Series started running here in 1994.
Once again, checking out our interval, and you'll see it hasn't changed that much. He goes back from 7/10, there it is, to 3/4 of a second. It's like when Sterling's car gets to a certain point that it stops gaining.
I think he's getting into that tightness we're talking about. That aero push is hurting his car. It's frustrating for Sterling because he wants to drive this car harder, but he can't, because the harder you drive right now, the worse it's going to make it. You got to be very smooth and precise.
Fuel out of the equation for Sterling. We're pretty positive he can make it the rest of the way.
If they build it.
I mean, they've had a couple of cautions. They've had caution flag laps, which, you know, you feel that you figure you can run 2 caution flag laps equals 1 green flag lap, so I don't see any reason why he would not make it. But all of a sudden now Sterling Marlin is losing some time to Jeff Gordon.
Marty Snyder has more on Sterling Marlin.
Fuel is not a concern for Sterling Marlin, but what is a concern is exactly what Wally was talking about, overdriving. On the radio, Tony Glover saying, drive with a big heart, but don't overdrive it, buddy. You can't do that. Just sit right there in second. Try to drive the best you can, but hit your marks. Don't overdrive the racetrack.
5 laps to go. Jeff Gordon, the 1994 and 98 winner of this race, grew up in Pittsboro, Indiana, about 20 miles from here as the crow flies. Considers this his home track. Fought his career, which began from go-karts, quarter midgets, and the like, into the USAC open wheel circuit, so prevalent in the central part of the country. Thought his career would take him to Indy cars in the Indianapolis 500. But a fateful turn of events led him to driving the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Rick Hendrick snagging onto the young man. He's been nothing short of sensational since.
Robbie Lewis watching the car make one more lap down the straightaway.
Somebody needs to wake Robbie up. I think he's almost sleeping.
But you know that inside Robbie Lewis is just one bundle of nerves. This would be his first victory as crew chief for Jeff Gordon in the Brickyard 400.
You know what? Let's go to pit road, Matt.
Alan, watching Robbie Loomis sit here quietly on top of the pit box, his RPMs as far as chewing his gum has gone up about 150 to 200 RPMs. But I'll tell you what he told me on Friday. When he walks through the gates here in Indy, it's like his first week ever on the job as a Winston Cup crew member. He said he could not imagine what it would be like to win here. It's been his dream. He doesn't have too many more laps to wait to find out if that dream will reach reality.
And I'll tell you what, folks, I mean, I'm sorry, but when this race started 25 laps into the race, I'd have bet the farm that Jeff Gordon was not going to win today because his car looked pathetic.
I cannot agree with you on that one, Benny. These guys are the best at getting their car tuned in through the race. I mean, they're better than anybody at it. It shows. They just keep dialing and dialing and dialing.
Again, they are very good. I just thought they had too far to go for him to be in victory lane. It looks like with 3 laps to go, he's going to make it.
Dave Burns.
Alan, isn't this the same way that Jeff Gordon looked in Pocono? When he was in traffic late in the race, his car never did anything. But when he was in clean air, he ran great. He dominated the race, and we thought he'd win Pocono.
Oh, boy, he's coming close to that wall.
Hey, I tell you what, Jeff Gordon, it looks to me like he's giving everything he's got right now. He is using this entire racetrack. To me, that's a signal he's giving 100% to bring this baby home.
First time Jeff Gordon led in this race was past halfway, lap 109. During a series of green flag pit stops, he was out front for 3 laps before he made his stop. But he came to the fore at lap 136. Robbie Loomis made the call for just 2 tires on what was their final pit stop of the race. Got Gordon out in front in that clean air, and he's never looked back.
And look at the fans when he goes by, all these Indiana fans waving him on.
Up to a full second, the advantage over Sterling Marlin for Jeff Gordon.
Look at those fans. Attaboy, Jeff, they're saying. You're one of our own.
It'll be the white flag as Gordon comes off of turn 4 and down the front straightaway.
So once again, going right up against that outside retaining wall.
Final lap of the Brickyard 400 is underway. Jeff Gordon out in front of Sterling Marlin by 1 second. He celebrated his 30th birthday here yesterday with family and friends around him. Celebrated with a rather subpar qualifying run that put him back 27th on the starting grid. The car not very good in the opening part of the race. The crew kept working, got the strategy right, got the chassis right, and now Jeff Gordon is 1 corner away from a Brickyard 400 win. The last 3 straight years, the winner of this race has gone on to be the NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion. Jeff Gordon, the point leader, comes off the corner and becomes a 3-time winner of the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. He's done it again. Jeff Gordon has done it again. A race that it looked like he didn't have a chance to win. And he winds up going to the winner's circle to hold the big trophy.
I'm amazed.
It's Gordon beating Sterling Marlin by 9/10 of a second, with Johnny Benson, Rusty Wallace, and Kurt Busch rounding out the top 5. And let's go here for the winning crew chief.
And the celebration begins down here on Pit Road as Robbie Loomis wins the biggest race of your career, Robbie. You told me you dreamed of someday winning here. Does now reality match that dream?
Yeah, I tell you, it's really special. You know, we started so bad today, and this pit crew, the guys on this team, they just work, they work, they work. You know, we had a great engine today. Rick Hendrick supplies us with the great stuff to work with. Put Jeff Gordon on top of it, let him fight all day long. You get a result like this. I mean, you get in the situation, you start a race as bad as we did today. You guys saw it, and, you know, it's really great to be sitting here. We got to count our blessings. I'd like to thank the good Lord because I was praying a lot there at the end, and really worked out well.
You told me your most special memory from here was when the King came out of retirement to take a few laps. Now that you've won here, can you describe what this win means to you?
You know, it's funny there. You know, I was trying to think of different things to keep my mind off it at the end. 93, Richard came up here the first time, ran those laps around here. That was really special. I think we got the car in the museum, and Petty family's been great to me. Just very fortunate to be with this team. This team's the greatest race team, and that driver's unbelievable.
A special and emotional win for Robbie Loomis and the 24 team. Loomis prepared the car that Rick Hendrick won his 100th career win as a car owner in Michigan. This same car wins at Indy. Alan?
Thumbs up from Jeff Gordon on his 56th career NASCAR Winston Cup Series victory. Here are the top 10 finishers. In the 8th running of the Brickyard 400, we'll hear from the winner and the other top finishers when we come back on NBC.
Celebrating by Team Monte Carlo.
Now, the first thing you've got to do is jump up here and scream and yell, woo! Make sure your hat guy forms them first, so you don't end up looking like a dork. Now, when somebody hands you one of these babies, make sure you say thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. Don't eat the check.
Want to be like Jeff Gordon? Drive the Chevy Monte Carlo. The cars more champions depend on. Chevy will be there.
What's up, you guys? It's Ananda Lewis here, kicking off the Pepsi Summer Challenge. Now, that's where Pepsi hits the road and goes all over to find out which taste people prefer, Pepsi or Coke. So remember, this summer, wherever there's sun and fun, there's the Pepsi Summer Challenge. Pick the Pepsi Challenge. And Pepsi. Oh, Pepsi.
Nationwide, more people prefer the taste of Pepsi over Coke.
It tastes better. So come on out and take the Pepsi Challenge and let your taste decide. Now this is a tough decision.
Finally, some good news about tires. Pep Boys has lowered prices. Get high-quality 80,000-mile Futura tires now as low as 4 for $179. Hey, when it comes to saving money, all you need to know is where to go. Pep Boys.
Not one leading conventional oil could pass all these grueling lubricant tests. But then again, there's nothing conventional about Syntec. Castrol Syntec protects in ways other oils can't.
A beer is only as good as the ingredients used to brew it. That's why Budweiser uses only the finest all-natural ingredients, hand-selected to deliver a taste a smoothness, and a drinkability you won't find in any other beer at any price.
This one's for you. And you and you and you. This one's for you.
2 years ago,
This looks good.
Justin Leonard's remarkable putt capped the biggest comeback in Ryder Cup history. Now Tiger Woods and Team USA defend the Ryder Cup this September on NBC.
The winner's trophy for the Brickyard 400, inscribed with each victor's name. Jeff Gordon's on there twice already, and the blank panel awaiting the third inscription after his victory today. But Jeff Gordon came around to the start-finish line trying to celebrate with the crowd and do a little burnout.
Jeff, you've got to hold your foot on the brake when you do it. That's how Harvick gets away with it, man.
I was listening to his radio channel. He came on the radio about here and said, I can't do it.
That might be the first time he has tried to do a burnout.
Oh, terrific. After the slow celebration lap around the Speedway, drinking it in to the applause of the fans, Gordon is heading into victory lane now, and after taking the Brickyard 400, Chevy congratulates Jeff and the number 24 Monte Carlo team on a big win. Jeff will tell you the only thing that comes close to Monte Carlo's reputation on the track is its reputation on the street. Monte Carlo, more champions depend on Chevy. We'll be there. Let's go to Bill Weber.
Well, you know, Alan, I was just thinking, you mentioned how Jeff Gordon dreamed about winning here. I imagine he always dreamed about winning on a Sunday here as well, because that's when the Indianapolis 500 is usually scheduled. Well, now his first Sunday win, his third win in the Brickyard 400, and this, his 56th career victory. Very sweet win for the three-time Winston Cup champion. A great lap here, a wave to the fans. Now he will climb out and celebrate as the winner of the Brickyard 400 in 2001. And you'll be able to hear the appreciation from the hometown Indianapolis fans. Jeff Gordon in victory lane at Indianapolis. His wife, Brooke. Car owner Rick Hendrick. And a worn-out Jeff Gordon. How's it feel to be 30?
Woo! Oh, I think I got a few new gray hairs after today. Wow, what an incredible day. I never dreamed it. You know, at the beginning we were way off. I think most of it's just being in traffic, more so than the car being off. And, you know, here lately we hadn't had too many pit strategy things go for us, but today that was the key. You know, we had one caution follower way early, and then whether we took two or gas and go there at the end, and we took two, and it was absolutely the perfect thing to do. Car drove great once I got out front.
Who made that decision, Jeff?
Well, you know, Robbie makes all the calls. I mean, he, you know, talks to other guys on the team. He knows what's going on. He talks to me. We make it together. And, you know, we were between no tires and two tires, and I mean, I thought that we needed two, you know, and we needed some tires. If it was just one, you know, we needed it. But I just want to thank God. This has just been such an amazing week for me. You know, this is the best way to celebrate my birthday, and I just thank him for everything. But I want to thank DuPont Automotive Finishes and DuPont and all the corporate business that are involved with this team. Pepsi, Fritos, Tropicana, Chevrolet, Quaker State, GMAC. It's just been a phenomenal day. This is absolutely amazing.
Hey, yesterday you told us you don't race for records, you race for wins. What are you going after? Oh,
I got to get my foster grants out here. It's a little bright out here.
You told us you don't race for records, you race for wins, but you're the first three-time winner of the Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, your track.
Thank you, Bill. It feels unbelievable. I mean, to have all these people still here cheering us on, I got choked up in the car. You know, it feels amazing. I love Indianapolis. I love the state of Indiana. It's been so good to me. And I want to say hi to all the folks out in Pittsburgh. I know they're excited and going to be celebrating tonight. But, you know, I don't know. Sometimes things just work in your favor, you know, and certainly today all the right things did. I didn't think we had the car to do it, but, Robbie Loomis, Brian Watch, all the guys in this DuPont Chevrolet team, they did a phenomenal job today.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I don't race for statistics. I race to win, and if we win, then the statistics will come after that, and that's what happened today. 3 Brickyard 400.
Woo! Absolutely. Jeff Gordon is back home in victory lane. Alan.
4th win of the season for Jeff Gordon. Log on to NASCAR.com and play the AutoTrader.com Move of the Race Sweepstakes game for your chance to win a $25,000 shopping spree on AutoTrader.com and other great prizes. Fans starting to file out after the 8th Brickyard 400. Here are the final results. Johnny Benson, outstanding effort with his best ever Indianapolis finish. Dale Jarrett wound up 12th, losing ground to Jeff Gordon in the championship. And you will see Ricky Rudd way down the list in 39th spot after the early problems that cost him laps behind the wall for repairs. Let's hear from more of the top finishers in today's race with Marty Snyder.
Well, Alan, Sterling Marlin taking a rest on the wall, and this morning you told me you would be happy with the top 5, but somehow this second place finish seems like a disappointment.
Yeah, it does. I'd just like to thank everybody on the Coors Light Dodge team, all the guys at the shop, and we couldn't get skunked on his restarts, and I don't know why it won't go, but Jeff got by and was pretty equal. I think I was maybe a tick better lap, maybe a tick next lap, but like I said, hats off to all the guys. Thanks, Chip and Felix, let me drive his car, and we're going to keep working hard. We're going to get us one.
What was the deal with the restarts? Because Jeff got by you on the restart, and then also Todd Bodine, the lap car, got between you guys on the next restart.
I don't know. The last restart I missed a gear because I was determined to try to beat 66 in the one. But the one before that, Jeff put up and hit me in the back end, and usually when you do that, you can take off and go, and he just took off. Our cars had trouble loading up on restarts and fuel pump or something, but Tony and all the guys were working hard, and we'll just have to work a little harder and get it fixed.
Sterling Marlin finishes second. Let's go hear from Matt Yoakum.
Before today, Johnny Benson's best finish at the Brickyard was 7th. Johnny, career best 3rd today at Indy. But was that car a handful at the finish?
Oh, my God. It was a handful all day. James Ince, the guys on the Valvoline Pontiac team, just done a tremendous job. And we made changes I didn't think was possible under yellow. So they just kept working and working. And by the end of the race, we had the James Dean special paint job right there up front. And I was hanging on at the end, though. It was pretty tough.
A 5th last week at Pocono, a 3rd today for Johnny Benson.
Kurt Busch has had 2 other top 5s this year, but this one happened at Indianapolis. Kurt, how good is that?
It's a wonderful treat just to have the whole day go well. The team did an awesome job on the Sharpie Rubbermaid car. The team, Jack Roush, the engine program, the chassis program. It was a treat to drive here at Indy. It's wonderful.
And, guys, he had a birthday yesterday and celebrated right here in town. So this is a good birthday present for Kurt Busch.
Championship standings after the Brickyard 400. Jeff Gordon led Ricky Rudd by 45 and Dale Jarrett by 107 coming in. The gap grows larger as we head to Watkins Glen next weekend. NASCAR and NBC travel to upstate New York next weekend. Coverage from the Glen beginning Saturday at 2 Eastern Time. Eastern Time. Subway presents Winston Cup Racing from Watkins Glen. Coming up tonight at 7, 6 Central on NBC, it's all your favorite reality shows back to back to back. Starting at 7, 6 Central with Spy TV, followed by Fear Factor and Weakest Link. What a day, what a race. 12 leaders, 18 lead changes, and in the end, Jeff Gordon uses pit strategy to get to the front, holding off Sterling Marlin over the final miles to become the first 3-time winner of the Brickyard 400. What a day. 250,000 plus looking on. There were bumps, bangs, and in the end, a local hero scores the victory at Indianapolis.
You're going to be crammed into this thing that is shaped like a bullet, and you're going to fly down this twisted tunnel of ice. You're going to be bruised, frostbitten, and if you flip over, your head is going to get skinned right down to the skull. What do you say?
The Winter Olympics from Salt Lake City on the networks of NBC.
You're an undercover agent about to infiltrate one of the world's deadliest gangs.
Somebody's been talking to the cops.
Now you're all alone.
Don't shoot me, Sonny.
And you're put to the ultimate test.
I'm not going to shoot you. Jacobs.
What would you do? You see Undercover, NBC Sundays this fall.
Nobody knows quality service better than the Beach Ford service technician.
We started out fresh and service everything we need to work on these cars.
It is exhaust and emissions free.
Keeping us up to date with technology.
We communicate back and forth through satellite, through computer link.
To be able to fix a car right off the bat without having to guess.
Great place to work. Great facility.
Take it from the expert.
At the Beach Ford Quality Care Center.
Public schools gave him the opportunity to be the first in his family to graduate from college and become a success in business. Mark Warner, he wants to make sure all of Virginia's children have the same opportunities. That's why he has an action plan for education. End the freeze and raise teacher salaries now so we can attract and retain the best. Reform the standards of learning. Improve primary education to make sure every child can read. Expand vocational education. Mark Warner, the right leadership for Virginia.
Race World is your one-stop race shop for all your NASCAR, NHRA, dirt, sprint, IRL, kart, and Formula One needs. Others may try to imitate, but none can duplicate. Race World has everything for the race fan under one roof at the best prices. Diecast, scanners, cards, shirts, hats, jackets, coolers, flags, watches, glassware, clocks, Afghans, display cases, and much more. Visit them on the web at raceworld.com. New merchandise arriving daily. If you want it, they've got it. And if they don't have it, they'll get it. Race World, setting the pace in the collectibles race.
It's never happened before, and you never saw it coming. It's your transmission, so who do you call to make sure it's fixed right? AMCO. They have over 700 locations across the country offering lifetime warranties and repairs. That means wherever you go, the help you need is just a phone call away. It is a good number to have. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO, AA-MCO.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Verizon Communications.
Live from the station on your side, this is Wavy News 10.
Good evening. It happened in broad daylight on a Sunday afternoon, a deadly stabbing, and we're told the guy got away on his bike. Wavy News 10, Tracy Moynihan joins us live with our top story at 6. Tracy?
Mindy, I want to show you exactly where this happened. Warren Johnson was stabbed inside of this house, and police say he was stabbed by his girlfriend's son, 38-year-old Timothy Henry. And neighbors tell me it was all over a cigarette.
They called 911, and the guy was in there just laying on the street. I mean, on the kitchen floor. He had been stabbed. That's all I know.
42-year-old Warren Johnson was stabbed to death just before 2 o'clock today. He was stabbed by Timothy Henry with a knife in the kitchen of this house.
When they told me he had been stabbed, I just went over there and, you know, I tried to, kept calling his name, and I felt to see he had a pulse.
Frances DeLoth used to be a nurse. She rushed next door to see if she could help.
I put a towel on him, tried to stop him from bleeding.
She says she was doing everything she could to try and save Johnson.
I was praying. And believe me, if people heard me praying, I was praying. Asking God to help, you know, to save him, you know, help me to save him.
Police arrived a short time later.
Come down the street from around the corner, and all these police are here already, and the ambulance is here, and I seen them pulling a stretcher out with a man in it, you know.
Johnson was taken to Centera Norfolk General, where he later died. The family and the neighborhood were the first to know. It is hard news for everyone.
I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm really sad. I really am. Because it's hard to believe that quick something could happen when they would just see a family come down here from Ohio.
Police are looking for Henry tonight. They say that he is 5'9", he weighs about 140 pounds. He was last seen wearing a white T-shirt on a bike, and his last known address was the 2500 block of Leo Street in Norfolk.
All right, thank you so much, Tracy. A Portsmouth toddler is dead, and tonight the police aren't sure why. When paramedics found the little 2-year-old boy, it was already too late. Now, some of you who live on Greenwood Drive called us about this one. We just don't have any answers. The only thing we know is that police are investigating this, and they're waiting for the medical examiner's report. Well, this one will absolutely break your heart. A New York police officer off duty and said to be drunk slammed right into a whole family, killing everyone, including a pregnant woman and her unborn baby. The pregnant woman, her 4-year-old son, and her sister were just walking across the street when the van came out of nowhere. Doctors delivered the boy alive. He just wasn't strong enough. He died this afternoon. Now, the cop, a 15-year veteran, is charged with drunk driving and manslaughter. He's suspended from the force. Another terrible accident involving a pregnant woman, this one in California. She was riding her bike when a pickup truck ran a red light and plowed right into her. Doctors delivered her baby, and we're told it's going to be fine. The new mom is in serious condition, though. Well, the pain of losing a child is indescribable, and that's why a former West Virginia legislator says he wanted to clone his own son. Tonight, he says he's changed his mind, though. Mark Hunt's son died at 10 months old after heart surgery, and since then, Hunt spent about $500,000 trying to have him cloned. Our own governor is sending a team of inspectors to the Jones Institute in Norfolk tomorrow. Governor Gilmore wants to make sure no state dollars are being spent for research on stem cells from embryos created for that purpose. The Jones Clinic is part of the Eastern Virginia Medical School, and although EVMS is a private institution, about a quarter of its funding comes from state and local sources. Well, if you saw the fire trucks and crash this afternoon, it wasn't good. Fire did so much damage to this Portsmouth home, it's not livable anymore. The city condemned it. The man who lived here wasn't home when the fire broke out. There's no smoke detector inside, and we're told the fire started in an electrical outlet, jumped to the sofa, and that was it. We still have a lot of questions about the accident last night in Virginia Beach, but here's what we know. A motorcycle blew right through the intersection of Northampton Boulevard and Baker Road, ended up creaming an oncoming car. We know the guy on the motorcycle was hurt pretty badly, and one witness tells Wavy News 10 it all happened because he didn't want to stop for police.
From what I heard, one of the police officers say they was chasing from Costco's nightclub parking lot, and it ensued from Newtown Road to Baker Road up here to Northampton Boulevard. And I guess right in the midst of that, that's when we heard that big boom.
The driver of the car also went to the hospital. He wasn't hurt too badly. We don't know how the guy on the motorcycle is doing or if he'll face any charges. Well, we do know what caused this crash this morning on Indian River Road. Beach police say the driver of that Mustang was going way too fast, lost control, went airborne, landed in a field. There were 5 people inside. They're pretty banged up, but otherwise okay. For one woman, her first drink of alcohol will also be her last. At her 40th birthday party, the Florida woman had her first drink ever. Well, she overdid it. After 7 shots of tequila, she fell from a 5th-floor balcony and died. Her boyfriend, who went outside to smoke a cigarette, saw her arms as they disappeared right below the rail. When you're on a plane, you really don't want to see flames spitting out of the engine. But it happened on a Canadian jetliner just last night. And the plane had to make an emergency landing in Florida. They were just 20 minutes into flight when some of the crew noticed a fire on one of the 2 engines. If you look closely, you can actually see the fire in this video.
And we saw spark, you know, from the wings outside. And
we were the first to see the
yeah.
fire from the motor.
Yeah,
the motor number 2.
We were at the really back of the plane.
How scary was that?
You can't imagine. Can't imagine how scary it is.
The plane landed safely at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport in Florida. And one passenger just slightly hurt, but you see that was from sliding down the emergency exit chute. America West lost some more kids. Yes, for the 2nd time this month, the airlines put some children traveling alone on the wrong plane. In this latest case, 2 sisters, 11 and 8, were flying home to San Diego after visiting their father in Texas. Well, instead, they landed in Ontario, California, about 100 miles north. Just last month, an 11-year-old girl flying America West was so lost, she spent 18 hours flying around the country. Well, just don't land in Fort Walton Beach in Florida. There's a storm approaching. Tropical Storm Barry was heading towards Louisiana and Texas, but he changed his mind. We'll take you to Florida next. Plus, it's hot in that uniform, and a bunch of people reenacting the Civil War in Virginia found that out the hard way. We'll take you there.
I'm meteorologist Jim Lart. Some unbelievable pictures from the radar coming up of Barry as it encountered southern Florida. We'll have the forecast for you and also show you the latest on Barry coming up.
You're watching Wavy News 10 at 6, live from the station on your side.
$2,000 cash allowance on Caravan? What? Over $4,600 in finance savings!
at the Team Dodge sales event.
Public schools gave him the opportunity to be the first in his family to graduate from college and become a success in business. Mark Warner, he wants to make sure all of Virginia's children have the same opportunities. That's why he has an action plan for education. End the freeze and raise teachers' salaries now so we can attract and retain the best. Reform the standards of learning. Improve primary education to make sure every child can read. Expand vocational education. Mark Warner, the right leadership for Virginia.
Experts on your side on Wavy.com. Now get free advice in the click of a mouse. No appointment necessary.
Good morning, all. What a start. Can you believe this day? Mr. Sunshine smiling down from an awesome blue sky. Mother Nature checking the temp just right. Anyone who's indoors today, I've got one word for you. Why?
Furniture by Haverty's. So nice, so comfortable. You may not want to leave the house.
I mean, can you possibly imagine a better wake-up call?
Save during Haverty's August show and sale with no payments or interest until February.
The 2001 Honda Clearance. It only happens once a year, and it's gone before you know it. It's a surefire hit. Go ahead, seize the moment.
Chopper 10 brings you magical moments live.
John Massey, wonderful person. Loving, because he did a wonderful job in helping us find my baby.
The people of Hampton Roads trust him on your side.
Man, it does work.
They know we'll take them where others can't go. Show them things others can't see. When you watch Wavy News 10, every day is a discovery. But one thing's for sure, we'll always be on your side.
Well, Tropical Storm Barry is picking up the pace, and it changed direction, heading right towards the Florida Panhandle this evening. Forecasters say it could grow to hurricane strength by the time it hits land sometime tomorrow morning. Already the skies are turning gray, and the Gulf of Mexico is churning. The beaches in Barry's path are emptying, so are the grocery shelves, now that the storm is just hours away.
I really don't make preparations. If it's going to destroy something, I'm going to go ahead and let it destroy it anyway, because I have pretty good insurance.
Okay, well, not everyone is preparing. The thing is, Barry's pretty wide, so that means possible inland flooding and tornadoes across a big section of southeastern United States. Don't talk about Barry to those in Tennessee. They are already dealing with flooding. Several communities were evacuated after 3 homes washed away. Add to that, there's no electricity, and almost 24 roads are closed. Amazingly, no one's hurt or killed so far. Well, it was hot out there today, and some Civil War reenactors in Leesburg found that out the hard way. About 180 of them got too hot out in the sun. Their wool costumes didn't help much against the high temperatures and humidity. Most of them just had to have cool rags and some ice, although 10 of them did have to go to the hospital. Your Super Doppler 10 forecast right after this break.
Monday at Haynes, you pay nothing for this, or even all this.
Monday's the one day you can pick out all the brand name furniture you want at Haynes, save up to 55%.
Then pay nothing for the next full year.
You don't need any money to take your new furniture home. You put nothing down. You pay no interest. You don't make a single payment for the next whole year.
You pay nada. Zip! Zilch! You pay nothing for the next year if you pick it out Monday at Haynes.
How can I treat my back pain if I don't
Angioplasty is really the best option for treating my heart disease. We all have questions about our health. That's why 10 on your side is placing Doctors on Call. Doctors on Call, a live 90-minute Wavy News 10 special. 24 doctors will be taking your medical questions by phone. Just watch Doctors on Call and phone in your medical question during the show. No question is too big or too small. Doctors on Call, brought to you by Bon Secours and partners on your side. Tuesday night at 7 on Wavy TV 10.
What will you save from the manufacturer with more 5-star safety-rated vehicles? A little bit of cruising, worry-free, a little peace of mind for you and me.
We had our choice of low 09 financing or $2,000 cash back.
That's 09 or $2,000 cash on Taurus and Windstar. And 09 for 60 months lowers your payment by up to $143 a month on Windstar.
The low financing is saving us thousands in interest.
Visit your neighborhood Ford store today during Ford's authorized clearance.
It's hurricane season,
And now you can track the storm with the 10 on your side hurricane tracking poster.
It's fun and teaches your kids how hurricanes form and move.
Just watch the Super Doppler 10 weather team of meteorologists.
Get the latest hurricane coordinates and plot them on your poster.
Pick up your hurricane tracking poster at any of these locations. The 10 on your side hurricane tracking poster, brought to you by Farm Fresh, Alltel, Golden Corral, Jeep Chrysler, and Dominion Virginia Power.
How can I treat my back pain if I don't
Angioplasty is really the best option for treating my heart disease.
We all have questions about our health. That's why 10 on your side is placing Doctors on Call. Doctors on Call, a live 90-minute Wavy News 10 special. 24 doctors will be taking your medical questions by phone. Just watch Doctors on Call and phone in your medical question during the show. No question is too big or too small. Doctors on Call, brought to you by Bon Secours and partners on your side. Tuesday night at 7 on Wavy TV 10.
Now through Wednesday, pick out a brand new mattress at Haynes and the matching box spring is free. Right now, you can have king coil, ceiling, Posturepedic, even handcrafted Kingsdown. And when you choose your mattress, the box spring is absolutely free. On top of that, you get free delivery, free setup and removal, a risk-free 30-night trial, and best of all, free interest for 1 full year. If you've ever thought about a new mattress, do it now while the box spring is free. Now through Wednesday at Haynes.
Giving you a forecast that's easy to understand. Here's meteorologist Jim Lawrence with your Super Doppler 10 weather.
Hi, everybody. It looks as though down in Florida they're gearing up as the onslaught of the storm Barry heads toward the Florida coast, and we'll show you that in just a minute. In the meantime, let's have a look at the currents out here, and then we'll take a look at the radar. Sort of a murky kind of day right now, though. Skies as of about 5:30, partly sunny. Newport News 87 still. Notice the Norfolk temp has cooled down because of the rain, 76. Virginia Beach at 79, the low 71 this morning. High today was 87. Right now, the dew point is at 72, humidity 76, wind south at 12, and the barometer 30.14, and it's steady. All right, let's take a look here at the Super Doppler 10 radar. We had a lot more rain on here, I promise you, a little bit earlier, but most of it's fallen apart. But we had these relentless storms that moved through Portsmouth and also portions of Chesapeake, and now they look a lot more diffused than what they were. You can see back here in northern Suffolk and also southern Isle of Wight, one big cell right here. That's what we've seen all day long. All right, let's take a look at Barry, and this is a dramatic shot. If we were standing, say, in the air, in other words, if we were up in space here around Tampa, St. Pete, we'd be looking here toward Fort Walton Beach, and you can see the storm. And also, notice how it looks well organized. This is when the National Hurricane Center said, yeah, this thing's going to become a hurricane, no question about it, but it's still a tropical storm. It's a lot more diffused than what it was, but again, still a storm that can produce a lot of rain. You can see here how well the storm started to organize. Right in here, you can see the bright colored cloud tops, but we've had wind shear. In other words, winds this way. Notice how everything just blows out to the east. This is a hostile environment for any kind of storm as far as organization is concerned, and also it's coming in contact with the land, but it looks as though it's going to produce a lot of heavy rain here along the Florida coast, say from Pensacola all the way heading westward toward New Orleans. Here are the latest stats. Still a tropical storm. Highest winds of 70 miles per hour. It's just moving to the north at about 6 miles per hour. For those of you keeping track there, the latest stats there on Barry as of 5 o'clock. You can see also the heavy rainfall. Also, they got a watch box down here along the Gulf Coast as well. A lot of heavy rain. This also produces the kind of shear that's favorable, say, for tornadoes, is something that they want to watch. On the bigger picture, you can see Barry right there. For us, you can see just a few showers, a sharp trough here in the eastern part of the country, produce some surprise showers for us. 80s right now, you can see a big swath of 90s and also hundreds out here in the Central Plains. It looks as though some of that hot air is going to be in our future for the next couple of days. A weak front washing out over us. It looks as though the hot air will start to set up over the next couple of days. Inland temperatures 90 to 95. I'm thinking, say, right along here in Southside Hampton Roads and also the Southern Peninsula. Temperatures, say, at a level of around 90 degrees. So let's take a look at the forecast tonight. Skies mostly clear. We don't want to rule out evening showers and thunderstorms, especially for Southside Hampton Roads, where they have been all afternoon long. 74 tonight for Virginia Beach, 73 at Denby, 71 up at Kilmarnock. And tomorrow, we'll see plenty of sunshine, and it'll be hot. 87 at Grandy. We'll see about 89 at Hampton, about 92 in Whaleyville, 93 at Surrey, 87 at Lively, 87 at Gloucester Point. Notice the warm-up the next couple of days, and that doesn't tell the full story about what's coming up, say, in the future as far as warm temps and also what it's going to be like, say, in some of the inland areas, say, Wednesday, Thursday, and also into early Friday. So I tell you, busy day.
Yes, it has, and a warm one and a sticky one out there right now,
You bet.
too.
Yeah, and it's going to get even stickier the next couple of days.
All right, thank you so much, Jeff. Well, soccer is the word of the day at the Hampton Road Soccer Complex, and when we return, the wreck wraps up today's race at the Brickyard. Sports is next.
Till Wednesday night at Haynes, 3 entire rooms of famous name carpet, $299. The whole living room and the whole dining room and the whole bedroom. Your choice of 23 styles and colors, only $299. Plus, Haynes will come out and measure free. We'll give you all the padding free. We'll even install every inch for free. Even interest is free for the next full year. 3 rooms of carpet, $299. Till 9 p.m. Wednesday at Haynes.
Hello, neighbors, and welcome to Mr. Rogers' new window showroom. Mr. Rogers brings you Renewal by Andersen replacement windows. This is the Andersen window for your older home. These windows use an amazing new wood composite material called Fibrex. Fibrex has revolutionized replacement windows. It's the wood that never rots. You get the warmth and the beauty of wood that's strong, durable, and maintenance-free. Each window is custom-made and installs quickly and easily without a mess. And the best news is you don't have to pay more for the added quality of Renewal by Andersen. Right now, save $50 a window when you buy 6 or more. Mr. Rogers Windows and Renewal by Andersen, 2 names you can trust for your new windows. Call 436-2200 and schedule a free in-home estimate, or stop by Mr. Rogers Window Showroom across from Greenbrier Mall on Eden Way. Now is the time for big savings on Renewal by Andersen at Mr. Rogers Windows. See you around the neighborhood.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in my Ford, let's go for a drive.
I had my choice of low financing or cash back. It's good to have options.
2,000 cash back or 0.9 financing on Ford F-Series.
I used the 2,000 cash back towards my down payment. Didn't even know I could do that.
And 0.9 lowers your payment by up to $116 a month on F-150.
I'm glad I stopped by. These deals are incredible.
Visit your neighborhood Ford store during Ford's authorized clearance.
It's information to help you live smarter.
And what a great way to educate your children.
Health-wise, brought to you by Patient First, weekday mornings between 6 and 7 a.m. Chopper 10 brings you magical moments live.
John Massey, wonderful person. Loving, because he did a wonderful job in helping us find my baby.
The people of Hampton Roads trust 10 on your side.
Man, it does work.
They know we'll take them where others can't go. Show them things others can't see. When you watch Wavy News 10, every day is a discovery. But one thing's for sure, we'll always be on your side.
Well, from here to the end of the season, so much will be said about the Winston Cup points battle between Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett, and Ricky Rudd. But like Daytona, the track at Indianapolis is the star and a major victory for any driver. So throughout the points battle for just one day, and let's race for the win. Jimmy Spencer and Bill Elliott on the front row, battling early on for the lead. But on lap number 2, the first caution flag flew. Andy Houston gets loose and tags the wall, sending everyone looking for cover. Robert Presley, Matt Kenseth, and Mark Martin suffer some damage. Back to the points battle. Chesapeake driver Ricky Rudd came into the day second behind Jeff Gordon, but on lap 22, Rudd suffered a broken water pump. Rudd was forced to the pits. His team worked long and hard to get him back on the track. It ruined his day, cost him valuable points for the championship hunt. Rudd finished 39th. Move to the race. Came on lap 136 on the restart. Jeff Gordon goes high, then low to get past race leader Sterling Marlin. Gordon takes over the lead for the first time in the race, but on lap 138, Jerry Nadeau hits the wall, bringing out the lost caution, and Gordon would hold off the field in the restart, go on to win his 3rd win at the Brickyard, his 4th win of the season. The local favorite wins again at the storied track. Gordon now has a 160-point lead over Dale Jarrett. Rudd trails Gordon by 179 points. Marlon Benson, Wallace, and Kurt Busch in the top 5. The second top 5 look like this. Bill Elliott and Earnhardt Jr. cracked the top 10. Gordon wasn't the fastest today, but he sure was the smartest.
And, you know, here lately we hadn't had too many pit strategy things go for us, but today that was the key. You know, we had one caution follower way early, and then whether we took 2 or gas and go there at the end, and we took 2, and it was absolutely the perfect thing to do. Car drove great once I got out front.
Well, it's been quite a season for the Hampton Roads Piranhas. Last night on the road, they wrapped up their W1 League regular season With a 2-0 win over New Jersey, goalie Kathy Holverman scored 11 saves in the win. But more importantly, the Piranhas finished the year with a 10-2-2 record, and they will compete in the W1 Final Four to be held at the Sportsplex August 17th and 18th. And just around the corner from where the Piranhas play, at the Hampton Road Soccer Complex, the 5th annual Neptune Soccer Tournament welcomed 56 teams from up and down the East Coast. Today was Championship Sunday in all 10 divisions, ranging from the premier men's to the over 30 women, not to mention the co-ed teams.
New York, a couple of years ago, we had a team from Mexico City. We have teams from Florida, a lot from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. They love it. Just about every team we've ever had has come back. Most people think it's the best tournament they've ever been to, and that's actually our goal.
And going from soccer to AAU, we'll wrap that up in a few minutes on the second part of sports.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. Well, Tropical Storm Barry could be Hurricane Barry any minute now, and the storm has changed direction. Find out where it's supposed to hit and when right after the break. Then we're going to take you to a flooding disaster to our west. These pictures are incredible. We'll be back in just a moment.
Monday at Haynes, you pay nothing for this, or this, or even all this.
Monday's the one day you can pick out all the brand name furniture you want at Haynes, save up to 55%.
Then pay nothing for the next full year.
You don't need any money to take your new furniture home. You put nothing down. You pay no interest. You don't make a single payment for the next whole year.
You pay nada. Zip! Zilch! You pay nothing for the next year if you pick it out Monday at Haynes.
What will you save from the manufacturer with more 5-star safety-rated vehicles? A little bit of cruising, worry-free, a little peace of mind for you and me.
We had our choice of low 0.9 financing or $2,000 cash back.
That's 0.9 or $2,000 cash on Taurus and Windstar. And 0.9 for 60 months lowers your payment by up to $143 a month on Windstar.
So low financing is saving us thousands in interest.
Visit your neighborhood Ford store today during Ford's authorized clearance.
Get instant news and information at your fingertips. Wavy.com. Night or day, see what's headed your way with Super Doppler Tan Radar live on the web. Merge onto the information superhighway with Wavy Jam Cam for current traffic conditions where you live. Consumer problems? No problem. We're on your side with the hotline phone numbers you need. And surf the Wavy and NBC store for the hottest gear around. All that and the latest news 24 hours a day. Wavy.com. Click it on.
Access Hollywood, we are where you need to be.
You're watching Wavy News 10 at 6. Live from the station on your side.
Well, Tropical Storm Barry has picked up strength tonight. It also just changed direction, and it's threatening the coast of Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. Jim Hanchett is in Fort Walton Beach for us tonight, where people are just not having a very good weekend.
Good evening. Beaches along Florida's Panhandle don't normally look like this on a summer Sunday, but this beach is deserted for a reason. Barry has picked a path, and that path has the storm coming right this way. With skies going gunmetal gray and the Gulf of Mexico churning, beaches in Barry's path in Alabama and along the Florida Panhandle are emptying. So are grocery store shelves. The time before the storm hits, now measured in hours.
You can see the rain bands are already moving over portions of the southeast. The sustained tropical storm force winds should be getting there later this evening.
No widespread evacuations have been ordered, but roads to higher ground are filling fast. Authorities say people in areas vulnerable to hurricanes would be wise to leave.
This is the time that people need to assess whether they need to voluntarily evacuate.
Satellite pictures show Barry to be not especially brawny, but broad. That means potential for inland flooding and tornadoes across a vast section of the southeastern U.S.
I really don't make preparations. If it's going to destroy something, I'm going to go ahead and let it destroy it anyway because I have pretty good insurance.
But many residents in Pensacola are preparing by the cartful. What do we have here?
We need cookies. We definitely need cookies.
In fact, the water shelf at this store is virtually empty. People are paying for water right now, but soon they're going to get plenty of it for free the old-fashioned way. Forecast calling for as much as a foot of rain to fall on these beaches in the next 24 hours. Reporting in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, I'm Jim Hanchett. Back to you.
And that's not the only crazy weather going on tonight. There's terrible flooding in northeastern Tennessee. Several communities are evacuating. 3 homes already been washed away. All day, the situation looked pretty grim for 8 missing campers, but helicopters are being sent to rescue them. No injuries or deaths yet, just a very scary situation.
We had to hold on to the trailer right like this, and my legs was just up in the air. They're just little young boys, and I'm just so thankful for them, or I wouldn't even be here.
There's no electricity out there and no getting around either. Dozens of roads are closed. A Palestinian gunman just opened fire on Israeli soldiers in Tel Aviv. 10 soldiers are hurt. That tops news around the world at this hour. The soldiers were standing outside the Israeli Defense Ministry in Tel Aviv when the gunman walked up, opened fire, then jumped into a getaway car. Well, he didn't get too far. He got shot too, ended up crashing. We just got word a few hours ago that he died. Israeli helicopters turned around and attacked the west bank of Tulkarm, killing at least 1 Palestinian. The man who was killed is the man they were shooting for, the one accused of planning multiple bombings inside Israel over the next few days. It doesn't look like the latest peace negotiations are doing a bit of good. Tonight, the militant group Hamas says it will never cease fire. In fact, it says it will continue daily battles until this thing erupts into a full-scale war. An unbelievable show of bravery tonight by the Philippine Army. Soldiers went in, guns blazing, rescued 13 Filipino hostages from a Muslim guerrillas. Now, most of them children. There are still 21 hostages there, including a missionary couple from the United States. For some, it's already too late. The Army found some hostages had been beheaded. The American student just released from a Russian prison is going home with his dad tonight. This is John Tobin Sr. at the Moscow airport this morning. His son, Jack Tobin, was accused of spying and smuggling drugs. But Tobin insisted all along it was Russian intelligence agencies that planted the drugs in his apartment when he refused to act as a spy for them. He served 6 months in that prison. And it's Chaos Day in Germany. Police are not thrilled. It's a day drunk punk rock bands go around breaking stuff. How did all this start? Police think a small group of people actually planned the event, then spread the word over the internet. Police have arrested about 500 people so far today. Now to the chaos in Harlem. The chaos over President Clinton, whether you love him or hate him, he's stirring up all kinds of emotions.
Bubba look good.
Bubba look good?
Bubba look good. Here's a man inconveniencing the whole community for him to get some collard greens. That don't make no sense.
After this break, we'll take you to the streets, see how Bubba, as one lady said, is doing there.
I'm Jim Lawrence here in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center, and the operative word today was isolated thunderstorms across the area. And if you were in one of those isolated areas, you saw 1 to 2 inches of rain. We'll show them to you on the radar coming up in just a few minutes.
It was given to me the day I was born, and it'll be mine until the day I die. It's my responsibility to keep healthy and happy and free from harm. So it's got to be my right to make the choices regarding it. Choices that are ultimately between me and my conscience. I'm the one who must live with these choices. Shouldn't I be the one to make them?
Come celebrate the inaugural Rock and Roll Half Marathon this Labor Day weekend. 15,000 runners from all over the country are coming to Virginia Beach to rock and run 13.1 miles. Be part of the fun without running the run. Cheer on the runners, volunteer, or come to the post-race concert featuring Counting Crows. Visit rnrhalf.com for race information or to purchase Counting Crows tickets.
Complete radar coverage. No one takes you farther than the Super Doppler 10 Radar Network.
I will not be afraid of the dark.
I will not feel guilty leaving my dog alone.
I will feel better about my dad living by himself.
I will know my children are safe.
I will go on vacation and finally be able to relax!
At ADT, we're always there, helping more people feel safe in more ways than any other security company in America.
Brenda with ADT.
Call now and get ADT's sophisticated burglary system installed from just $99. Plus, for a limited time, get 2 months free monitoring.
I will live my life.
My life.
My life.
On my terms!
Call now and get ADT installed from just $99, plus 2 months free monitoring. ADT. Always there.
Get instant news and information at your fingertips. Wavy.com. Night or day, see what's headed your way with Super Doppler 10 radar live on the web. Merge onto the information superhighway with Wavy Jam Cam for current traffic conditions where you live. Consumer problems? No problem. We're on your side with the hotline phone numbers you need. And surf the Wavy and NBC store for the hottest gear around. All that and the latest news 24 hours a day. Wavy.com. Click it on.
Well, former President Clinton has an office in Harlem, New York now. He's 54, too young to be an elder statesman, too famous, too controversial to stay in the background. And as Jeannie Mose reports now, he's just too popular in Harlem.
He's back in Harlem, swaying to the music, mouthing the words. But folks didn't just stand by him. They hugged him, they patted him, they kissed him.
The president held my mommy's hand.
Oh, yes, I got the second hand here. But only 3 fingers. The first 3
What happened to the other two?
Because that's all I could get through.
The bubble look good.
Bubba look good?
Bubble look good.
He may be out of office, but this was some first day at the office, the 14th floor penthouse of a Harlem office building.
We love Clinton here.
I love you, Harlem. Thank you. God bless you. I feel at home.
No wonder there were Clinton pins and fans of Clinton waving fans.
He's hot. I'm not going to get into that.
Why do you mean that?
Oh, yes, you did.
Can't blame her for being suspicious after all these months of jokes about Clinton's new office.
They're conveniently located, I think, between a Wendy's and a Hooters. So he's...
Actually, there's just a Burger King. And speaking of food, some folks got to have their former president and eat him, too.
Oh, it tastes delicious. I don't even need a lunch.
But no one seemed to enjoy themselves more than Bill.
It's going to be fun.
Maybe not fun for everybody.
Keep Harlem black. Keep Harlem black. Keep Harlem strong. Keep Harlem strong. Keep Harlem black.
The chairman of the new Black Panther Party called Mr. Clinton a cracker and accused the former president of leading
the white takeover of our neighborhood.
That's incorrect. People do want Bill Clinton in Harlem. He's going to bring money and business in Harlem. We want him here.
After the rally, Mr. Clinton headed over to the landmark Harlem restaurant, Sylvia's, for lunch. But all the security surrounding the former president ticked off this guy.
Here's a man inconveniencing the whole community for him to get some collard greens. That don't make no sense.
Collard greens? Collard greens? You love those collard greens. Bill Clinton had this crowd eating out of the palm of his hand. A colorful president moves into a neighborhood full of people of color. The Harlem Boys Choir sang for Mr. Clinton. Then it was Mr. Clinton's turn. Two lawmakers and a former president, the Backstreet Boys of 125th Street.
Now, Clinton's supposed to sign a book deal. We should hear more about that in a couple of weeks. And guess how much he's supposed to get for a publishing advance? Try $8 million. Well, did you hiccup on that one? You know, this guy probably did, but hey, he hiccups all the time. Up next, find out how Hiccup Guy is doing. And then there's Balloon Guy. Yes, at this very moment, the millionaire from Chicago is trying to float around the world again. Can he do it? Don't burst. We'll be right back.
Now through Wednesday, pick out a brand new mattress at Haynes and the matching box spring is free. Right now, you can have king coil, Sealy, Posturepedic, even handcrafted Kingsdown. And when you choose your mattress, the box spring is absolutely free. On top of that, you get free delivery, free setup and removal, a risk-free 30-night trial, and best of all, free interest for 1 full year. If you've ever thought about a new mattress, do it now while the box spring is free. Now through Wednesday at Haynes.
Morning, guys.
Hi.
Hey. Morning. Like to see how your cereals stack up the total?
Sure.
To get the iron in 1 bowl of total, you'll have to eat 2 bowls of cornflakes. For folic acid, try 4 bowls.
That's a really big spoon.
Want zinc? 10 bowls for you.
What's so funny? Nothing.
Nice bowl.
Total has 100% of 11 vitamins and minerals in just 1 bowl.
We'll take the total, sir, and give Junior the check. What?
Total Raisin Bran, Total Cornflakes. 1 bowl, 100%.
News Radio 790, Talk Radio 850. Listen, and you'll hear all of the ways we're on your side every day. It's news when you want it, all the time.
You know, when it comes to your health, what you don't know can hurt you.
That's why Wavy News 10 is on your side with HealthWise.
30 seconds.
It's information to help you live smarter.
And what a great way to educate your children.
HealthWise, brought to you by Patient First, weekday mornings between 6 and 7 a.m.
How can I treat my back pain if I don't
Angioplasty is really the best option to treat my heart
get a lung cancer screening?
We all have questions about our health. That's why 10 on your side is placing Doctors on Call. Doctors on Call, a live 90-minute Wavy News 10 special. 24 doctors will be taking your medical questions by phone. Just watch Doctors on Call and phone in your medical question during the show. No question is too big or too small. Doctors on Call, brought to you by Bon Secours and partners on your side. Tuesday night at 7 on Wavy TV 10.
The Jefferson Award, named after Thomas Jefferson for his contributions to society, honors those who continue in his efforts. Do you know someone who volunteers their time to help others but may go unrecognized? We want to know who that person is. Call Wavy TV at 396-6197. Leave your name, complete address, and a nomination form will be sent to you. The Jefferson Awards, brought to you by Wavy TV 10 and partners on your side.
Come celebrate the inaugural Rock and Roll Half Marathon this Labor Day weekend. 15,000 runners from all over the country are coming to Virginia Beach to rock and run 13.1 miles. Be part of the fun without running the run. Cheer on the runners, volunteer, or come to the post-race concert featuring Counting Crows. Visit rnrhalf.com for race information or to purchase Counting Crows tickets.
The EDS Atlantic Challenge starts up again tomorrow afternoon from the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. 5 boats are still in the race. They managed to cross the Atlantic once. Now they have to race to Boston, back across the Atlantic Ocean to France. A couple of those boats made an unexpected trip to Norfolk because of bad weather. Right this minute, millionaire Steve Fawcett is up in his balloon again, trying for the 5th time to go around the world by himself. No one's ever done it before, though many have tried. Now, the pictures are breathtaking, too. Just look at those. This is somewhere over Australia at dawn. If all goes as planned, Fawcett's balloon, the Solo Spirit, will float across the South Pacific, now towards Chile and Argentina. And that guy's certainly motivated, but for some, it's just hard to get out of bed, you know? The high point of the weekend in High Point, North Carolina, bed races. It's a contest where, hey, it's okay to lay down on the job. Many consider High Point to be the furniture capital of the world, so this is how they always start the furnishing festival. Hope nobody's 3 sheets to the wind. Remember that guy out in Utah who couldn't get rid of the hiccups? Guess what? It's been 1 year now, and Seth Dow still has the hiccups. He says he's tried everything to get rid of them. Nothing seems to work.
I ate my lunch too fast. I was eating a deli sandwich. I just got the hiccups. I've had MRIs, CAT scans, CTs, everything, and nothing's come up with an explanation. There's this green herbal stuff that the Japanese people have me try that I have. It's not very good either.
Now, through it all, Seth has managed to keep a sense of humor about his condition. He says he's just having a tough time dating. Well, maybe all that guy needs is a really good scare. How about coming face to face with a brutal storm? Tonight, you can do that from the comfort of your own living room. Stephanie Harris is in the Fox 43 studio to tell us all how. Studio?
Well, Mindy, storms are scary but fascinating creatures. And tonight on Fox 43 News at 10, we'll take you into the eyes of several storms with some news crews who stay to get these incredible pictures long after all the smart people leave town. That's first on Fox tonight at 10. Mindy?
All right. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Well, all eyes on the Gulf Coast are on Barry, wondering the tropical storm's next move. Tonight on Wavy News 10 at 11, hear where the storm is now and how folks to our south are preparing for its potential wrath.
It's rain. I think that's the big thing. I was going to say this about hiccups. I'd always heard that if you hold your breath, supposedly your hiccups will go away.
You know, I have no idea, but I guarantee you after a year, that guy's probably tried everything.
That's for sure. All right, good evening, everybody. We want to take a look here at Barry in just a minute. In the meantime, let's get a look at how hot it was today on the weather net. Boy, look at that. in Suffolk, Nazareth River High School, they hit 95 degrees. Now, bear in mind, these temperatures are where people live, and it factors in the concrete in the asphalt, which can make it feel even more miserable. Manteo hit 87, and at Mitchell High School, also 95 right now. Quick look at the Super Doppler 10 radar. We had some spotty showers out here. Most of those showers aren't near as vigorous as what they were. You can see something out here in southeastern or southwestern Isle of Wight County. Otherwise, just some scattered returns around here. I think there's one little cluster down here in Chesapeake away from everything. All right, now on to all the rains down here, the tropical rains associated with Barry, bringing these heavy rains on shore. I mean, they could see some flooding down here along the